to the 100th episode of Duke and Leon School of Life. They said we wouldn't make it. That was our doctors.
The lawyers.
And the last time we did a podcast face-to-face, Leon and I face-to-face, was episode 1. And we've come back for episode 100. We've decided we're going to do it face-to-face every 100 episodes. So this is probably the last time I'll ever see you, buddy. Because I don't think we're going to live.
An achievement, 100 episodes. And when we first started, we had about, 3 people listening? And now it's...
Thousands.
Yeah. All over the world.
Thousands all over the world.
And special guest. We have a special guest, Jed, the mighty Jed.
Well, thank you guys for having me.
Always a pleasure. Always a pleasure.
Happy 100th.
Yes.
Thanks.
Which we'll all be getting to say to each other in about 5 years.
Yeah. I saluted.
I came across this thing on Facebook, and it's this youngish sort of woman, and she's breastfeeding. So she can show her boobs because she's breastfeeding.
Yeah.
But,
there's a lot of that going around now.
But the baby's fake.
Not enough.
It's not a real baby. It's not a real baby. And it's like, and I watched it about 10
Fake
times.
breastfeeding.
Yeah, I watched it about 10 times, and you can see the baby it's like a doll, but it looks really real. But when it moves, the whole thing moves, not her head, So it's a fake. I said, what the fuck? Who does that? I don't know what that's.
So what's she actually doing?
Is that on OnlyFans?
Is she doing it to confront people publicly?
I don't know. It's on when you go onto your Facebook before you go onto Marketplace, it just has these random videos. The algorithm.
It must be like an OnlyFans thing, or have something to do with money.
TikTok, I reckon.
Yeah.
No, TikTok doesn't let that shit happen.
Really?
Yeah, TikTok is so fucking woke, it's unbelievable.
Really? When I first went on, it was like the wild west of clitorises.
Yeah, it's not like that anymore.
It was crazy.
Presenting New Inventions with Duke and Leon.
I've got 2 new inventions.
God.
Hence the name.
But really quick. These are really quick inventions. First one is I was thinking about a 3-tier couch. 3-tier couch. So it's 1 couch on the ground, 1 couch in the middle, 1 couch on top. Like, when you go to a stadium, those old wooden seats. What are they called?
I was thinking about a Christmas cake. It's like a Christmas cake.
No, it's like... those old seats. Those old seats. Anyway.
So has it got stairs?
No, what it does have is it has a ladder, like a bunk bed to get up to the top one. And it's for when you get your mates over to watch the football. So everyone doesn't have to sit together on one couch. Someone goes on the first couch, someone goes on the second story, someone goes on the third story. There's a little slide-out table where you can put drinks and shit, so you don't have to sit next to each other. You can lie down.
Is there like a hierarchy about who sits higher than, No,
the hierarchy is for the lowest. So the first floor is for the most important person. That's because they don't have to climb up the ladder. You're the owner of the house, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I can see some problems.
It could be a height limit, depending on how much,
But if everyone cheers backwards at the same time, the whole thing's going to fucking go.
That's why you got to have it against the wall.
All right.
You got to have it against the wall, because you think about it, like, we're going to watch our team play football today, right?
Yes, we've got several.
And that's not going to be fun because our team is shit.
They lose every week.
But
bastards.
What you want to do when your team loses is you just want to lie down on the couch and go, but you can't when you got 2 idiots like you sitting next to me. Yeah. And I'm not in the middle today, by the way. So what, yay or nay? And this is, are we going to invest our money in this or not? Because all of us have recently come into a lot of money.
Yeah, all right. Well, I think it's a great idea, but I'd invest all your money in it, not mine. But I think it's a really good idea.
And I'd like to see a blueprint. Draw up a blueprint for me, because
blueprint. I haven't gotten that far.
Yeah, well, come to the investors when you got a fucking blueprint.
Do they still do blueprints? I don't know. Anyway, and the other invention I was thinking about is an app, which is a phone alarm. Like, how you've got your alarm on the phone, but this one is a voice that's apologising to you in the morning. So instead of hearing, you hear, oh man, sorry, you got to get up, you got to go to work. I know you think it's going to be a cunt of a day, but it could be all right.
You're probably right.
It might be okay.
Yeah.
So, so something that gently wakes you up is apologising instead of just,
Or
Where do you get one of the alarms that go, that's a fucking...
klaxon. They're klaxon alarms.
hello, Mr. Man. It's time to wake up. Wow, that's a big boner you've got there. Do you get one of those every morning? What are you going to do with that?
Not anymore.
What are you going to do with that?
You're freaking me out, man.
How are you going to wrap your towel around? That's huge.
So
anyway,
you just turned it into a porn. It's a porn. You've turned it into a porn thing.
well, I'm just thinking of options.
Well, that's you can actually.
Over that fucking
Presenting New Inventions with Duke and Leon.
Because it's our 100th birthday, I thought we'd go around the table. So, what would you give someone who was 100 as a present?
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So
How
well,
wealthy are they? I mean, that's what...
Well, no. It's all everything's on the table, whatever. Because like we always make that joke about, turning 1 and turning 100 are the same because you're in a room full of people you don't know and you can't eat the food and you're sitting in your own shit. Does someone who's old become redundant? Like, do they actually have? Do they have a purpose? What is their purpose? Like we all have a purpose in life. Like, Duke's purpose is to piss off his neighbours. My purpose
Mission
is
accomplished.
my purpose is to talk to Duke every second week, and and I don't know what your purpose is, Jeb.
Multi-purpose. I'm like a Swiss Army
He's a
knife.
multi-purpose
But
tool.
there must come to a point where you have absolutely no purpose in life.
Well, look, and that brings me to what I would give a 100-year-old. I would give them a cyanide pill.
oh,
Yeah, no, but that's by choice. I would give them a cyanide pill. Here, you can use this when you want to use it. So if you wake up in the morning and go, you know what, I shit the bed. I don't know who I am.
is this you or the 100-year-old?
Well, I'm modelling it on me.
All right.
So this is my feelings.
At
If you
100.
wake up, you shit the bed, you don't know who you are, your joints are all creak, everything fucking hurts. You can just reach over and go, you know what, I'm just fucking taking this cunt. And then just chew on it, bang, gone. Everyone comes in.
Yeah.
Everyone comes in and sees you dead and goes, oh my God, why him?
Yeah.
Why him?
Yeah, the good
He
ones
was
die
100.
young.
Yeah.
Well, Groucho Marx on his deathbed,
Yeah.
he wanted a naked woman brought in. So I'm guessing that's what I'd do.
Yeah, that's good.
I'd bring a naked woman in.
What's his name? I can't think of his name. Yeah, he got his wife to go out and get a hooker so he could have a blowjob just before he died.
At 100?
I'm going to need a name here.
Barrymore.
Was he 100
John
though?
Barrymore.
Was he 100?
Yeah, it was what's her name? That girl,
Drew Barrymore.
Drew married Barrymore's grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Apparently.
Because it's our 100th and you wanted a 100th theme,
Yeah.
I went and researched what inventions were made 100 years ago or what came out 100 years ago in 1924. All right. So first thing, Johnson & Johnson Band-Aids. They came out in 1924. That's a pretty big invention, but
What did people use before then?
nothing.
Bandages. Just
They just-
bandages.
But which you're told, doctors tell you don't put Band-Aids on shit now. They say let the oxygen in. But I was thinking when we were young,
Yeah.
Band-Aids were everywhere. You'd go to school, there'd be kids that have Band-Aids on both their elbows, on their knees, all over the place.
Fucking hate
Teachers
them.
too.
And you'd see little bits of blood. But now, no one wears Band-Aids anymore.
Yeah.
I don't see Band-Aids
You
around.
don't see
Yeah.
scabby knees either on kids. The kids don't seem to fall over anymore.
No, because they have all that rubber shit on the playground. They don't have
That's true.
They don't have asphalt like we.
Yeah,
used
that's
to.
right. They fall and they bounce back up. They bounce back up onto their feet.
When we were at school, it was like fucking VC. The Viet Cong built our fucking playground.
I
The
know,
fucking
barbed
punji
wire
sticks and
yeah.
Yeah,
But,
go on.
but listen, the
Band-Aids,
worst thing about Band-Aids is taking them off. Like
Yeah.
so I never
Yeah.
used to never ever have Band-Aids because
Rip them off,
no,
man.
you can't rip them off.
I know.
Especially if you're like a monkey, you're hairy like me. So
Oh
fuck it.
man, I had the physio bandaged my foot the other day, right, because of this thing that's happening, but he put it.
Welcome to our 100th episode. The only thing older than our podcast is us.
But he put this fucking one of the straps right over, that one hairy patch you got near your big toe.
Yeah.
I had to take it off, and I ripped it off, man. And now I've got a bald foot and a bandage. It looks like Liberace's wig.
No, so now they've got this this fake skin shit, right? And I went and got a tattoo with a mate of mine. We got matching tattoos. And the guy
it was a female, mate.
That's
female.
Female,
Yeah,
yeah.
female.
Commitment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. And then he goes, and he's a really famous, in the young set, he's famous.
No names, please. Names.
He's a famous tattooist. And he goes, anyway, no, I don't use Glad Wrap and gaff tape like all those other idiots. I use this new, it's like that plastic skin stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, don't worry. You go in the shower and it comes off. Fuck me, it does not. I tell you.
This tattoo wasn't on your hairy ass, was it?
And then I had some groin work done, and I wake up. I told
Medical
Duke about
podcast.
it. I told Duke about it. The anaesthetic, man. Whoa, isn't that just cool?
Yeah.
He just goes, you won't feel bad. And then I wake up afterwards. That's all it was. And it was like I hadn't slept like that since I was 10. Right? It was so beautiful.
Yeah, you know when you're a kid, they were the best sleeps where you just go to bed at like 8 o'clock and then you just open your eyes and it's fucking morning.
Yeah,
It's because someone else was paying the bills.
except on a school day. Oh, do I have to go to school now? Oh, no. Anyway, so I get this medical treatment thing fucking happening. Anyway, I look down and see the groin work, and it's the same shit, right? This plastic fucking spray on, not spray on, but it's the same fake skin shit, right? But this time it's not on my tattoo, it's over this whopping great scar. And I'm thinking, how the fuck is that going to come off? And let me tell you, I had it for about 6 weeks. I was too scared to take it off.
Yeah, you can't scrub that.
Fucking hell.
All right, so the next thing is
That was Band-Aids.
John Logie Beard.
Beard, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know.
Invented the beard.
First television transmission was in 1924.
Yeah, it was Pornhub.
Other thing
in
is,
black and white.
So, but listen to this. The other thing that was invented in 1924, popsicles,
Yeah.
table salt, and frozen food.
What a year.
So it was the beginning when you got television, popsicles, table salt, frozen food. It's the beginning. A lot of people would say it's the beginning of the downfall.
The death of social, the social sort of like going out. You just stay at home.
Still, I don't think many people had TVs at 1924, right?
No.
There wouldn't have been a TV.
I didn't even have a colour TV until I was 30 or something. Fucking hell.
And then it said on this list, which I found very interesting, Ulrich Heydrich invents a time machine and says he wants to go 100 years into the future where everything will be better. Oh, which is now.
Now.
Better for who?
Yeah, he picked the wrong fucking time, buddy.
Look, there's still Band-Aids.
So, all right, so that's a point. All right, since would you, if you had it? So okay, so
Vastly different.
Duke's just miraculously actually invents something that works, right?
That would be a miracle.
That would be a miracle.
No, come on.
No, he's married Sam.
We're trying to sell things here.
He's married Sam from Bewitched, and she's magically given his.
So I can't even invent it in this fantasy.
Anyway, what he invents is a time machine, right? Okay. But it's stuck on 100 years, right? So it can either go 100 years forward or 100 years back.
Back.
Which would you go?
Back.
Right? Duke.
Jesus.
What? Duke first. Where would you go? Forward or back?
I'd go back. I'd go back 100 years and I would be like Nostradamus. I would predict everything that's going to happen. I'm going to say...
With your memory.
I'm going to... Well, no, all I need is this. All I need is this list here and I will say... In 1924, Johnson & Johnson will invent the Band-Aid.
Wow.
And then I'll talk about popsicles and table salt and frozen food. And by then, I'll be so rich, people will be coming up to me asking me, oh, tell me my future. And they'll be giving me money to do fucking shit.
Or
I'll just say, stay away from Germany. No one go near Germany.
Or you could just become that crazy old cunt lives in the house that just babbles like an idiot.
Well, that's what would happen if I went 100 years in the future.
Jesus, there won't be a house.
Oh,
What about you? What about you?
I'd go back 100 years because they've got television. That's the basic.
Well, no, it's only the first television transmission.
No one's
And
got
what-
television.
And what would that be of? What would the first transmission be? It would have been a monkey or something.
No, it'd be a woman undressing.
Okay.
That's what I'm guessing. Well, in my world,
That's not bad.
What about you, Jed?
I think back, but fuck it, maybe the future. I'll go future just to be arbitrary.
what's the future hold?
Nothing. There'll be nothing. I'll be the only person there.
Mate,
You won't even be able to go 100 years.
I can tell you, I'm thinking about tomorrow and it's fucking ugly. Don't worry about 100 years.
So if you set it for 100 years, it'll go, it'll go 1 year, 2 years, and it'll count up to 20 and it'll just stop. Everything will be black.
Yeah.
Or you'll just pop out. You'll just pop out 100 years and there'll be nothing. It'll just be empty.
The machine just
there'll be no
says
one there.
everything Chinese now.
All right, I got some news. All right, so a lady who works in, I don't like to use the word hooker, but so let's just say adult hospitality. All right. Now, she's arguing that when her clients, most of which are married, come and use her services or partake in her services,
Yeah.
Complain.
they're not cheating. Right? And she says, I don't call it cheating when a married man sees me because there isn't any romantic intimacy involved. So therefore, it's not cheating.
Yeah, look, it's like...
I agree with that.
I agree with it because there's money
There's no emotion.
changing hands.
There's no emotion.
It's a
involved.
service.
It's just like you'd stick your dick into a machine. Right?
A vending machine.
Well, we've talked about that. Remember there was that...
A vending, what's
there was that hole in the hospital wall where guys... they told guys that were too embarrassed to masturbate would stick their dick in that hole in the hospital wall. They've got a special,
machine?
machine.
How are you too embarrassed to masturbate? You'll go stick your dick in a hole
Yeah,
in a
yeah.
fucking public
Into
place.
a machine. That, how do you know whether is it 240 volts or 12 volts? I wouldn't stick anything that I owned in something that was 240 volts,
No.
or in America, 110 volts.
So, no, look, I think it's not cheating. It's not... cheating has to be
Emotional.
not only emotional, free sex. If you're paying, that's not cheating. If you're paying for... what do you think?
I think this is a perfect example of if you wish something to be true hard enough, it will become true.
Pardon the pun.
Nah.
So that's
I've
what
tried
she's
that.
doing. She's just turned bullshit in. She's trying to turn bullshit into ice cream to justify her existence and,
Yeah, so
and the
men-
moral implications of what she's doing. I don't think there's anything wrong with what she's doing. Don't get me wrong, and I don't care if they're married or not. But I think you can't just wash it away. Wash it away by saying, well, it's not cheating because they're paying for it.
No, I think she can. I think she's brought out a fire hose and just washed the whole fucking thing away into the gutter.
All the moral.
What if the wife knows?
So what about if you ask the wife?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You say,
What about if you get the wife to come with you and say, can you complain every couple of minutes because I can't get hard here?
So what about if she rang up the wife and said, look, I don't think your husband's cheating when I give him a blowjob because he's paying for it and I don't even really know his name and he certainly doesn't know my name, so there's no attachment. What do you think? Well, fuck, I can tell you straight away. Glock.
Yeah, by the way, tell him to lay off the kebabs.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. So I'm not so sure about it. All right. Okay. So scientists have found this wooden object. So it sort of looks like it's got sort of a thick
That's a
end.
good headline, isn't it? Scientists have found
All
wooden
right, all right.
object.
A wooden object. So it's sort of got this round bit at the end, one end, and then it narrows down, and it's got this sort of knobby thing with a little bit of someone's
A handle.
attempted-
Is it a door?
No, and so straight away they've jumped in and said they've discovered the oldest sex toy.
Oldest dildo.
Oh, it's a cock. You can say cock, right?
Well, it doesn't look like a cock. It just looks like this wooden thing that could be anything, really. But they've decided, oh no, it's Roman, right?
It's an old sex toy.
And it's a sex toy, and it's the oldest sex toy ever found.
You know why? You know why?
Beautiful.
Because they've gotten this huge government grant to go excavating and looking for shit, and they haven't found shit. They found squat. They found this fucking wooden. Oh, let's say this. That'll make the news. That'll justify our grant.
Yeah.
And we'll get more money.
Yeah.
And it'll be in a museum.
Yeah.
We'll sell it to the fucking Guggenheim.
Yeah. Well, I when I read it straight, I thought, well, they've found something in fucking Grandpa's shed. They put it on Facebook Marketplace. It's been on there for 16 weeks, nothing. And they thought, how are we going to get rid of this? Oh, oldest sex toy, Roman,
Yeah.
bang,
In a
Put it-
museum.
Yeah. Get some museum to buy it.
But you know, in ancient Rome, they didn't need sex toys because
They had the real thing.
fucking
No.
was allowed. It was considered natural.
Well, it's allowed here too, and then isn't it?
under very strict conditions.
There's a lot of paperwork involved.
Yeah.
But just on that,
Yeah.
I think in 1,000 years in Texas, I don't know if you guys saw this, they're going to find something similar. There was fucking tornado whipped through this caravan park, trailer park.
Oh no!
Oh shit.
In Texas, and they're filming the tornado and the aftermath, and just in this pile of rubble is this fucking dildo that big, just sitting
So
atop.
for those of you who don't have visual, it's about 4 foot.
Yeah,
4 foot.
massive.
I think.
And this lady was looking through all the rubble, just tossing away money, tossing away jewelry. Picked up the dildo.
Picked up the dildo.
Where's my elephant cock?
God, no, Jesus Christ! All right,
True story.
all right. Letter of the week.
Letter of the week.
Okay. Dear Mr. Fish and Mr. Hendricks, I'm a great fan of your show and listen every second week. Congratulations on your 100th show. What a milestone. Sort of. Bitch.
Makes sense.
I have a slight problem and was hoping you could help me. My husband and I have been married for 7 years. 2 years ago, he started weightlifting. He built a gym in our garage, and I think he has become obsessed, as all he talks about is nutrition and muscle mass. Last week, I caught him bench pressing the old lady next door. Can you help? Yours, name withheld.
Well,
All right, well, first, let's this first. Is that a euphemism? Bench pressing the old lady next door? Or do you think he's actually bench pressing her?
well, put it this way: if he's bench pressing her for weight, like how
many reps?
Yeah, but not only how many reps.
Well, she'd be
How much would she weigh?
67 kilos usually. If she's about 80.
She's about 50 kilos.
50 kilos?
Yeah,
That's,
they're skinny.
Wait,
Old ladies
They've
are
got no
skinny.
bones.
Hollow. Their bones
They're
become
basically
hollow.
dust in a fucking
no,
stocking.
some of them are quite... All right. Is that racist? I don't know. All right.
True.
It's true.
It's true.
All right, so let's just say he's bench pressing her. So obviously she's got a problem with his obsession.
Yes.
So what does she do?
Oh, okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah,
think so.
yeah.
All right. So this is a perfect example of some crybaby telling them, oh, you have to go to marriage counselling. You have to talk about how his obsession is excluding you and you need to find common ground, right? That's bullshit, right? That's just, but why would you go and talk to someone who's got more problems than you, right? So you
Exactly.
don't go to a marriage counsellor, right?
yeah.
You've got to take a different approach. Don't go and talk to him and say, oh, you know what, maybe we should be sharing more of our time together. Don't do that. Men, they don't want to hear that shit. They don't want. You've got to be passive.
They want to hear we need to spend less time together.
You've got to be passive aggressive. So what does she do? In my opinion, she solves the problem. What she does is she starts shitting the bed. She shits the bed every morning. She shits the bed. He
okay.
gets up and goes, oh, my God, she shit the bed. Oh, fuck. Maybe that's because I'm weightlifting all the time.
That's
So you think he'd put those two together?
Yeah, I go straight away. Straight away.
Well, look,
That's interesting.
first thing
That's not the first thing I would have gone to.
First thing I'm thinking of, why has she got a problem with a husband making himself look better?
Yeah.
Like she should
And taking care of his health.
Yeah, shouldn't she be going, shit, maybe I need to do a bit of jogging?
Go to a
And-
plastic surgeon.
Yeah.
Get a few lifts.
Or maybe she's thinking, you know what? I don't want to have to fork out 25 grand for a new set of fucking knees for that idiot because he's wearing himself out.
Oh, you know what she's thinking? She's thinking he's doing this because he's interested in some chick at work.
Oh.
So I'm going to shit the bed to show him that I'm better.
So when she shits the bed, is it like accidental or she's straining?
It's out of spite.
What do you mean accidental? Who accidentally shits the bed every morning? It's not 100.
if you come
It's
back-
not 100, all
Come
right?
back to me in a week.
It's out of spite. It's spite.
So she's training.
It's spiteful shitting. It's spite shit.
It's not spiteful. It's problem solving. She's solving.
Okay.
She's solving the problem in a classic passive aggressive way.
So this is your answer.
That's aggressive.
Shit the
aggressive.
bed.
I think it's passive aggressive. She has to shit anyway.
Yeah, so why not where we lie down and make love? Why not just hang a big turd in the middle there?
Let's agree to disagree.
Blame it on the
that one.
cat. Although it's bigger than the cat.
So I've given my qualified advice, but has anyone else offered any advice?
For
This poor
me-
woman.
for
This poor
me-
woman has written in. Let me
Okay,
remind you.
I'm trying. If you shut up for a second. There isn't a marital issue that cannot be solved by opening up one of your rooms to a Scandinavian exchange student. All right?
And we've talked about that in great length.
17-year-old exchange student.
18.
But hold on, what would you have to exchange? What do I have to give?
Fluids.
Man Court is now in session with judges Duke and Leon.
So, woman breastfeeds her.
Are you serious?
No, I'm joking.
Good. Woman breastfeeds husband, right, until milk stops. Must find new way to connect. All right, so this woman's got 3 children.
Shit the bed.
She's got 3 children. Her youngest child has stopped breastfeeding, which means her milk has gone. But while she was breastfeeding her baby, she was also breastfeeding her husband. The theory, well, she was saying that her and her husband, that's the only way they can connect. And now that her milk stopped,
But she was breastfeeding her husband and the baby at the same time.
Oh, at the same time.
That's what it said at the same time. So the baby...
Is that considered the dinner table?
it's a snack.
It was lucky she got 2 breasts.
Yeah, well, can you imagine?
Yeah.
Can you imagine looking...
It is lucky, wasn't it?
Can you imagine breastfeeding, right?
Yeah.
And then,
No, I can't.
And then looking over and
all he imagines.
seeing your dad. Seeing your dad, you just turn around and you see your dad and go, oh, wait a sec.
How's the vintage today?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Makes for some interesting
Can you
conversations.
imagine, we fast forward 50 years, Dad's dead, and the guy's sitting there talking to his analyst.
No, let's fast forward it 20 years.
20 years.
Where Dad's still alive and they're both still breastfeeding. He's going, oh, Dad, the game's on in a minute. Should we have a bit of a suck?
Have a beer? That's what they call them by now. They call it beers.
Beers.
Tit beers.
Titty beer.
Okay, here's the question. Would they ever swap sides? Or do you have your own tit? Because you're not going to the tit your dad sucked.
No.
You have to keep your own side. It's like in Germany, they got these things called the Stammtisch.
Leon's fainted.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just running through all that visual imagery of.
In Germany, they have a Stammtisch, right? Where the locals have their nameplates on a chair around a table. No one can sit there except that person whose nameplate is there.
What's it called?
Stammtisch.
So this is a stum tit.
tit.
Exactly.
Stum tit.
Well,
Tish.
that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Do you
of
have
course.
your own tit, or does Dad just fucking...
There has to be some etiquette, right? There has to be
of
some
course.
etiquette.
We're fucking humans here.
So the question is, well, her dilemma is that they've lost that connection, her and her husband. So they're looking for a new connection. So apart from my thing, although I seriously never, and I say this every time, I don't condone violence, but my solution would be for her to shoot him in the fucking head. But his solution is he thinks they should have another baby, so her milk will come back in. That's his solution.
How old is
This
she?
should be a man court. Actually, this should be a man court. Really?
Yeah. It is a man court.
Well, maybe it is.
It is a man court.
Maybe
Do
it
we
is a man
find
court.
him?
Well, what is he a man or what? What?
No, I'd say he's definitely not a man.
No, he's a baby. From everything I've fucking heard.
Man Court is now in session with judges Duke and Leon.
I've got some headlines. Haven't looked at headlines for a while, but these are some that I found. Senior Centre has an old bag sale.
Beautiful.
Good for bench pressing.
Tight end, and that's a NFL position, right?
Yeah.
Tight
It's also a
tight
position.
end returns after colon surgery.
Ah, that's
Nice.
good.
And now here's one here, right? That sort of I looked into because it was such a weird headline, but I want to know what you guys make of it.
Yeah.
Fish on drugs more likely to leave school. Fish on drugs more likely to leave school.
Very good.
That's a brilliant pun. Brilliant.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
So what do you think?
Is that a social problem?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the
all right.
oceans.
So you got to reduce.
Well, they reckon there's fucking more cocaine in the ocean now than fucking on land.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
And that's not just the blocks that fall off the boats.
Oh,
That's
Jesus.
what everyone's pissing out of the thing. Yeah.
So what they've done is scientists have done this experiment where they've given certain fish cocaine, like you said, and then after a while they see what they're like when they're withdrawing, and they leave the school of fish that they're with.
Yeah. And then what happens is they become vulnerable because
Well, it doesn't say what they have.
fish.
Oh,
It says
sharks.
antisocial.
They end up sex workers
Anti-
for sharks.
Students get first. What was that? Don't worry. Students get first-hand job experience.
Well,
So there needs to be a comma there, but there wasn't a comma. Students get first-hand job experience, but it reads students get first-hand job experience. Beautiful. All right,
that's
lawyer.
my experience.
Yeah.
Lawyer says porn case is full of holes.
I was thinking, I had this dream last night about making a movie, and I thought, why couldn't you just make a porn movie, and just have full on X-rated, but make it like a movie, like they used to. Remember, Deep Throat and all
I'll
that?
take you back to barbed wire dolls.
Barbed wire dolls, yes. So no one does that anymore. And then I thought, you know why? Because you wouldn't be able to have any extras.
People don't want to fucking see a narrative movie about porn anymore. People just want to get to the point.
Yeah, I know.
Remember we were talking about
click through.
even some of them when they're, walking to the bed is time wasting.
Yeah, I fast forward through that.
Yeah. And you were saying just throw them in. Throw them in. You just throw the guy in. He goes boom, land on the bed. Throw the girl in. Boom, land on the bed. And just go action, and that's it.
Yeah, who gives a fuck who's come to fix the washing machine? I don't give a fuck. I just want to say it. Fuck.
All right. So
And who's stuck?
this is my favourite one. Belittled by penis prank. A man who ordered £1,000 penis enlarger was sent a magnifying glass.
That's it.
All right, last one.
Last one.
Cops make arrest in public toilet after smelling crack.
Beautiful.
Fuck, it must have stunk.
All right. Okay. All right. I got one more bit of news, and then that's it for today. All right. I haven't read this out before, so just bear with me. Goat accused of robbery. Police in Nigeria are holding a goat on suspicion of attempted armed robbery. Vigilantes seized the black and white goat, that's racist, saying it was an armed robber who had used black magic to transform himself into an animal to escape after trying to steal a Mazda 323. A spokesman...
Jesus.
A Mazda 323,
Yeah.
not a Mercedes.
Yeah.
Not a Rolls Royce.
Well,
a
it's
Mazda.
Nigeria.
He was on the poor side of town.
Spokesman for police in the eastern state of Kawa said the goat is in our custody. Vigilantes saw some hoodlums attempting to rob a car. One escaped while the other turned into a goat. Fuck. How do you even argue that? Well, if you've got cops saying that one of the robbers turned into a goat and they've got the goat in front of you, like what the fuck? Would you? I think I'd just leave.
So
I'd leave the country.
vigilantes are saying this, right? They said,
No, the cops are saying it as well.
oh, well, you know what? You know what? This is fucking corrupt cops. Corrupt cops, they've fucking stolen something or they're doing something, and then when they have to explain it, they say, oh, there was this guy and he turned into a fucking goat.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the oldest excuse in Africa. Is it in Africa?
Yeah,
It's the oldest excuse in Nigeria.
Fuck.
The Mazda
The goat
323.
did it.
I didn't even know they fucking existed still.
Do you know, it's one of those situations
Was
where...
the goat towing the car?
No, he's driving the car, I think. Trying to drive the car. That's probably why they caught him. Because he was gonna go and he was driving the car, but he got distracted by chewing the seat.
Oh, okay.
It's one of these situations where
I had an Uber driver like that.
now that's racist.
No, it's racist to you to think that they weren't white.
Was he white?
Yes. She was.
I can see by your face that he wasn't. All right. Did you see? I sent you. I think I can't. Oh no, it was YouTube or something. Anyway, it's this guy. He's got this YouTube channel and he just tears people to pieces. But he's got this. He's tearing this girl. So this girl is got full tattoos everywhere over her face. She's got piercings, like the whole thing, and then she's complaining about being discriminated against, not being able to get a job. Right, and he's just tearing into her. I say, Is there a situation where someone would come up to you and you thought they're just not appropriate for the job if you were offering someone a job? What do you think?
I saw a guy with cunt tattooed on his forehead.
Oh, I think I know.
We made him the boss. We promoted him straight away. Because we knew exactly then who to call a cunt.
Anyone
He fit the bill.
anyone who's that honest.
He fit
has
the
gotta
bill.
be. But like, you know, you could make the obvious thing. It's like, I've come for the bus driver's job, but you don't have any arms. Well, you know, things like that. I mean, but that would be pretty horrific. But what do you think, Duke?
Any male. I wouldn't hire a male anymore. I'd only be hiring females.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So she's got the job.
It all depends. It all depends what it is. I mean, if there's heavy lifting involved.
Well, there's no heavy lifting anymore.
Oh, true. Yeah, I just get. I actually know, because then females, they're all really bitchy and stuff at work.
Well,
you need a mix, don't you? So I don't think I'd hire any Chinese.
Oh,
I was reading the other day about this rash of attack by farm roosters. And I don't know, these farm roosters are fucking very vicious. Very vicious.
Yeah,
This guy was saying,
you don't fuck with those cocks.
This guy on Reddit was saying he fucking had to get rid of his because it was just attacking him every time. So he said, I got the car and I caught it and I just chucked it out into the bush. And he said about 6 months later, it came back, it was the size of a fucking dog and nearly killed him.
That's great. I love that.
Why isn't that a movie?
I love animal revenge stories.
Revenge rooster.
You don't hear many animal revenge stories.
That's what he's waiting for. He was out like putting his chickens to bed and locking up, and he could just hear behind him, and he's going, "What the fuck? Did I forget one?" Just fucking charge him, knocked him over.
Jerry.
That's great. That's great. I love animal revenge stories. Is there any movies that are really good besides Jaws 2 that are good?
Razorback. That's the bull. That's the boar one.
The wild pig. Yeah.
There's not that many. I mean,
Erin Brockovich. That's another wild pig story.
There's a big vacuum. I think there should be a chicken.
It's an untapped genre, isn't it?
A rooster
Chicken
revenge.
horror.
They should make that a movie.
I think there is a chicken one. I'm just trying to think what that is. But
Do you think Keanu Reeves could play him?
or like
Because that's his whole genre now, isn't it? Revenge. John Wick.
John Wick. No, what about
Good name for a chicken.
a chicken could go back to a hillbilly village and give all the men sexual disease. How about that?
Yeah, that's good, but you need blood and gore.
That's more of a short story.
All right, everyone, you've been listening to Duke and Leon's School of Life 100th episode. We don't know if we can make it to the next 100, but if we do, we'll get Jed back.
101's looking a bit shaky.
Yeah, that's right. If we can get Jed back and
I'll come back.
if we give
Leon's still alive.
if Leon's still alive, if like all those, we're not going to talk about it, but if everything goes all right for him, we'll.
All right, I'd just like to thank everyone for putting up with us, supporting us, buying all the merch, especially our friends in overseas, Romania, Canada,
Germany.
America,
Germany's a big one for us. America's a big one for us.
Honduras.
Honduras, thank you, and Aruba, which
We're going to. The three of us are going to.
Although until we found out it was in Mexico.
Then we decided we're going to Europe.
Yeah.
All right, Jed.
Happy 100th.
Jed,
Gentlemen.
do you want to tell us where we can see your podcast or hear your podcast? What it's called?
Balls Out, No Flops, Rugby League podcast on Spotify mainly, but it's on any of the platforms.
Very funny, very good, very funny.
Good
Check
league
it out.
analysis if you like football.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being with us. Our thousands of listeners all across the world. We love you.
Yeah.
Bye now.